Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Write With Me at IELTS Juice. We have another essay to plan and prepare ourselves for. You probably are wondering where the rubric is. Well, here it is. It says, in some cultures, children are often told that they can achieve anything if they try hard enough. That's a fact presented to us by IELTS. Now, before I continue with this essay type, let's break down the sentences and words. I mean, they're not sentences, it's just all one sentence, but let's break down its elements and let us understand what it actually asks us, or what facts it actually presents to us. First of all, in some cultures, pay attention to the word culture. It means you can have a country, but in the country you might have some microcultures. So different tribes, different groups, economic or social groups, or they say socioeconomic groups, they have different attitude towards raising their children or bringing their children up. So this is an important matter. Put that in perspective, because culture here doesn't necessarily mean countries. If you want to go for countries, that is still fine. That's totally fine. Just say, like, yeah, there are multiple countries on the planet and each of course has their own culture. That would work. That's fine. But if you just want to focus like you are living in a large country like India or China, and people from south to north, from Mumbai to Delhi, or in China, from Shanghai to Beijing to Guangzhou, they have different microcultures. That is still fine. You can still find those as very good examples for your essay here. We move on. Next says, children are often told. So this is a passive structure. Children are told. Who talks to children? Adults usually talk to children. Apparently, logically, we're not talking about babies talking to children, teenagers talking to children. We're actually talking about mature adults talking to children, because they have the knowledge to pass down to the younger generation. So who those adults are? Parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, or British pronunciation, aunts. So you need to start thinking about these people talking to children. Children, the spectrum of the age comes from the ages like 2 or 3 all the way to 12. Before 13, before they actually become a teenager. So bear in mind that we're talking about this group of people from this age, and then adults who are 20 something above, and those people, adults, are talking to children. I am continuing with the next phase. They say they can achieve anything. They don't say something. The grammar here is that when we say anything, we are not missing out anything. Everything is included. If you work hard enough, you can be anything you want in life. There is absolutely no limitation. Here, the fact doesn't say, yeah, they can achieve something, if they try hard enough. And something here means, yeah, you will get a house, maybe a car, and maybe once or twice a year you might have a vacation. That's something. But this fact here in the rubrics presses on the fact that they can be anything they want, if provided that they try hard enough. If they put in effort, invest in their careers, in their goals, in their dreams. That is our rubric. Now, I think we have done a very good job analyzing the fact. Let's focus on the essay type. The essay type says, what are the advantages and disadvantages of giving children this message? So the essay type is asking us to lay out advantages and disadvantages. Does it ask, which one outweighs the other? No. No. It doesn't say which one is higher than the other. It simply asks, just give us the facts, give us the advantages and disadvantages. Can we say which one outweighs the other? Yes, but that would be extra. That would be extra than this. You still need to make sure that you cover advantages, plural, and disadvantages, plural. Very important, because you need to come up with at least 2 advantages and at least 2 disadvantages. All right. I think we're ready now to plan our essay. First and foremost, I love my essays to start with an attention grabber, though it's optional. It is completely optional. You can start by saying, you can be the next Elon Musk if you study hard enough. Really, you can put that as an attention grabber. You can reframe it in another way and say, your child may be the next Elon Musk in the next 5 years, 10 years. Why not? That is a catchy attention grabber. Like, oh my God, my loved one, this little baby that is crawling right now can be the next Elon Musk. Wow, I cannot be any prouder than this. You see how it plays with the emotions of people? So that is, again, my suggestion. Please feel free to change it, but that is a suggestion only. After that, we need some information. That means the information we need is going to connect us or make this connection between the attention grabber and the most important sentence that will come afterwards. What is the role of this? You basically paraphrase the rubric. Many students, many IELTS students I know, they just start with this sentence. They don't have any attention grabber, which is fine. And they have heard from their IELTS teachers and instructors that your first sentence is paraphrasing the rubric. That is fine. I'm not denying it. You can say this is the paraphrase of the rubric if it's easy for you to understand. In my case, the actual role of this middle sentence is to make a bridge. That's what you do. You grab people's attention and then you want to bring them closer to you. This is that action. You bring that already grabbed attention towards yourself. Yourself is this. This is the essay. So this sentence's job is to move back. This one grabs, this one pulls in to the essay. And you here simply say that many people do this. Many adults, many parents, many grandparents, many relatives, wise, when they speak to children, next generation, they say that if they want to be anybody, anything, any person, any character in their dreams, they can be that person or character. So that can happen, definitely. And I'm going to introduce the thesis statement. In the thesis statement, I am going to say that this trend has its own advantages and disadvantages. A little bit of a game here. If you think in your heart that this way of talking to children has more advantages than disadvantages, my suggestion is to first focus on saying disadvantages and then advantages, and then finish your essay. The reason is I want the people to first understand the part that you are not very comfortable with, and then the part that you feel closer to, and then you finish it by saying your last words. So this has more, it remains more in their minds, in your readers' minds. This is a good strategy. It's a suggestion. It's not standard. This is my suggestion, my personal suggestion, that if you feel advantages are slightly more, or even just genuinely, legitimately more than disadvantages, first talk about the distant part, the part that you don't like much, and then talk about the part that you like more, and then finish your essay. I am going to follow this pattern, and I'm going to say that this thing here, that the fact that you talk to your children about anything they can be, they can become in the future, has disadvantages and advantages, like this. And then you follow the same pattern. So the same pattern in the thesis statement and the same pattern, please, in the following paragraphs. So I already showed these two, and I am going to say that actually these talks with children have more advantages. That is something I really believe in. So first I'm going to talk about the disadvantages part, and then I'm going to talk about the advantages, and I can finally finish it by saying, by paraphrasing the thesis statement, saying that although I can use this grammatical structure here, although advantages 1 and 2 exist, and I put a comma, these two advantages are more important in my opinion and more effective in our children's future. And I can even make some predictions. Like, if we continue doing this, if we focus more on the positive aspect than the negative aspect of this, we might have a generation that can achieve a lot more than our previous generations, or even our own generation. So, another prediction, another suggestion. Can I write more than this? I think this already would get you to 250, maybe 300 words. But yeah, there is no limitation. You can still write other advantages and disadvantages. You might even ask, okay, I can talk more about advantages than disadvantages. Can I write 2 versus 3? Yes, absolutely. 3 advantages, 2 disadvantages. It clearly shows that you are in favor of this approach because you can talk more about its advantages than disadvantages. It is clear. Now, one more thing which is extra. Do I need to say which one is more than the other? You don't have to. But if you're going to say such a thing, you can say it mildly here towards the end. You can express a little bit of your opinion. But this is very tricky. I do not feel comfortable telling you that you should say your opinion here because many students do not understand the concept and they start saying new ideas that they have not talked about here. And talking about new elements, new sentences, new main ideas in conclusion is a very, very bad practice. It's a bad idea. So if your opinion is something different, you really want to express your opinion, you really want to say why you believe there are more advantages than disadvantages, other than the fact that I can actually see it here, you can write another body paragraph and express your opinion there. You just make your job a little harder this way. And me just saying, okay, write your opinion here, then many, unfortunately, would go ahead and write new information in the conclusion, which we don't want to see, and that would be a bad practice. So you can just mildly say that as the essay presents, these advantages are more than disadvantages. So clearly, I am in favor of this approach. And then that's it. You don't have to expand that. You don't have to do anything extra. Because if you are going to say an opinion, a real opinion, then anything you say at IELTS requires proper development, details and examples. Anything you say requires that much development. And we cannot develop anything in the conclusion. You either go for a new paragraph or you just very mildly express your opinion based on anything you discussed here, nothing out of this framework, and you finish your essay. Now, if you wish to see a sample on this done and improved, click over here. If you wish to see other videos like this on task 1, task 2, where we plan for essays, letters, and reports, click over here. And don't forget, you've got to eat healthy.